Alright, we do another practice for excise taxes. That last one was pretty rough, but we're going to get better. Practice makes perfect, right? Alright, so here we are at our original equilibrium of 12 and 12. Everything's groovy, and then the government implements an excise tax. Excise taxes shifts the supply curve up and to the left. Here's our new equilibrium, 14 and 10. Alright, so what's question number one? What is the total tax? What's the tax per unit? Well, this is what the buyers are paying, right? Alright, we know that the tax, the value of the tax is the vertical distance between the two supply curves. So the tax is down here, right? So that means, alright, this area here, 14 to 11 is the tax per unit. So the tax per unit is $3 per unit, alright? It's the price that buyers are now paying minus the vertical distance to the old supply curve, which is also the price that the sellers are going to receive per unit. Not all this $14 goes to the seller, some of it goes to the government. $11 is going to go to the seller, $3 will go to the government. Alright, so next question. What's the total tax revenue? Well, that's easy, right? If the distance between the two curves, boom and boom, is here, and that's $3, to find the totals, you take the per units and multiply it by the kid. So this area here times 10 is the box right here. Now, some of you are like, what? It's a box, I don't get it. It's an abstraction, I don't understand. Well, here, for you people that like numbers, what's the tax revenue? $3 times 10, boom, $30. All right, government made $30 off this tax. Now, question number three, the amount of tax paid by the consumers. All right, now we're talking about tax incidences. Who bears the burden of the tax, or who eats the tax, right? Well, here's how you find this. What we're gonna find out is, of this $30, how much do the consumers pay? Well, let's check it out. How do you find consumer tax incidence? You take the price that the buyers are now paying, and you subtract it by the price that they were paying. So, they're now paying 14, they were originally paying 12. That's here, right here, right? Alright, so this is the incidence that the consumers pay per unit. This is $2 per unit. 2 of the $3 is paid by the consumer. $2 times $10 gives you this box. That's worth $20. Alright? Well, the next question is easy then. Amount of tax paid by the producers. If a minute ago we knew that this whole box was 30 and consumers are paying 20 of it, we know that the producers are going to pay 10 of it. So in this case, we can see that the consumer bears the burden of the tax. They bear the burden more so than the producer. Also, what can we get from this? Well, look at the curve. It's kind of vertical, more than horizontal anyways, and that means the good is inelastic. Inelastic goods, the consumer will bear the tax incidence or bear the burden of the tax because the producer can get away with passing the tax onto the consumer. Think of a cigarette tax. Cigarettes are taxed. Producers don't got to eat that. The consumers are going to pay for it. Consumers will say, man, cigarettes are expensive. Oh, but I don't care because I'm addicted to them anyways. So producers can pass that tax onto the consumers without reducing sales. Alright, cool. So now we got the tax incidence, right? Now, question number 5. What is the total expenditures? What does that mean? Total revenue is what they're asking here. Total expenditures, total revenue, same thing. Total revenue is P times Q. P times Q is total revenue. Well, what's the price? $14. What's the quantity? 10. Total revenue is the big rectangle right here. 14 times 10. For you people who like numbers, 140. Alright? Now, the total revenue for the firms. What's that asking? All of this doesn't go to the firm. Some of that 140 is going to the government, right? Well, how much goes to the producer? Well, what we want to do here then is let's go back to our tax revenue. We knew that our tax per unit was here. Tax per unit times the quantity gives you this box, which we said is 30. If the total box is 140 and the government is getting 30 of it, that means producers are going to take home 110. Check my math. 11 times 10 is 110. Easy peasy, 1, 2, 3s.